What's up, my friends? Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey, and I've got a great passing and timing drill for you today. It's kind of an entry-level passing and timing, so if you're trying to get your players into the timing mindset, this is going to be a great place to start. And then, of course, you can work your way into more complex drills and more complex variations of this drill as they acquire the concepts of timing. So let's go ahead. We'll pull up the rink. We'll kind of make this quick. As you can see, we've got a line in diagonal, so two lines in diagonal corners from each other. On the whistle, the first player, so two players will leave from each line. So on the whistle, the first player leaves without a puck, and he or she is going to come up, and I'm going to draw this. It's going to look sloppy at first, but you'll see where we're going with this. The player is going to come up and then cut hard across the blue line. So the idea is like we're going up and then making a hard cut straight across the blue. And so it'll look something like this. We'll make it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So that's looking perfect there. In fact, instead of me trying to recreate this, I'm going to copy paste it, do a double flip. We'll do a horizontal flip and then a vertical flip. And then we'll just drag this over into the other side. So both the first player from each line is both doing the same thing. So full speed out to the blue and then a hard cut across the blue. The second player from each line, he or she is also doing the same thing as each other. So here's what it'll look like. Second player steps out with the puck. And in fact, I'm going to have this kind of be a little bit more like this. It's almost like you want to follow the first player because you want to hang on to that puck just long enough that the first player clears your passing your passing lane. So that's what that'll look like. So same thing over here. Second player comes out with the puck. We're going to come out sort of at an angle and bring that over like this. So following, and then you're waiting. The second player is waiting to make the pass until the first player is out of the way. So hopefully this will make sense as I start to diagram this. So what we're going to do here is, hold on one second. We'll get a passing line. So as the first player explodes across the blue, then the second player is going to fire across, or not a cross-ice pass, but a stretch pass to the first player in the other line, if that makes sense. So stretch pass from the second player to the first player of the opposite lines, and then the first player becomes F1. So the first player is going to take the puck and drive across the blue and then cut deep into the zone, driving wide, okay? I always like to talk about my players. F1 drives wide, F2 goes to the net, F3 is the trailer man or the lag man. That's where the name of the drill comes in, center lag timing drill. We're talking about the lag player coming in late to provide that backside support. So there's two variations that I typically run on this. I'm going to show you the first variation. It's more simplified. Second variation gets into that lag setup. So on the first variation, the first player with the puck attacks the zone wide. Second player, the one that made the pass, has to get on his or her horse. And you know what? I'm just going to draw a line here. And it might look a little bit sloppy, but that's okay. So he or she is going to come up, and then you got to bust wide and get to the back door. So that's why I say you got to get on your horse. Don't just sit there and admire your pass. Make the pass, then explode, catch up to the play, and get back door. Same thing's happening over here, right? Get up, get back door, and like I said, it's a little bit of a sloppy line, but that's okay. I will have a printout with a much cleaner looking diagram here, but for this video, that's what we're gonna deal with here. As this player is getting to the back door, the puck carrier will make a cross-ice pass, and then we'll have a shot on net, like a backdoor shot. Okay, same thing over here, cross-ice pass, boom, backdoor shot, and that's the variation number one. Okay. It's an awesome drill. I recommend, take 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, flip sides so that you have a chance. Now, here's the deal, is your players, the tendency is, especially with the younger players, is they want to force themselves to receive it on their forehand. You can't let that happen. A stretch pass, they have to receive it in front of them. So if it's a lefty coming through here, great, no problem. That's forehand anyways. If you've got a righty, the tendency is going to be to pull the hands back behind and try to receive it behind. Don't let them do that, okay? The pass needs to be received in front so that you can see traffic coming. You don't want to be looking over your shoulder receiving a stretch pass. You'll get lit up, okay? So make sure that your players are get their target out in front of them, backhand. If it's a righty in this case, once we flip sides, then the righties will be on their forehand receiving the stretch pass, lefties will be on their backhand. But either way, like this is going to be a huge skill for your players to learn, is receive that stretch pass. Hard stretch pass, receive it in stride, receive it in front of them. Now, if they can read that pass is going to be slightly behind, then they're going to need to adjust their route. you can adjust your route while maintaining speed. You cut into the puck, get your hands out in front of you. I'm a righty, so I'm demonstrating this as though I'm a righty. You get your hands out in front of you, turn into the puck, and then pick it up while maintaining speed. You don't want to slow yourself down or be reaching behind you. I can't stress that enough. That's going to be very important as you get into older levels of play when body checking comes into, to becoming a factor. So make sure that they receive it in front of them. Make sure that your passers are leading the player with the puck. Okay, let's erase some of these lines. I'll be right back. Let me just clean this up, and then I want to show you variation number 2 on this. Okay, we're back. Variation number 2 starts the same as variation number 1. So player 1 steps out, busts across the blue line, receives a stretch pass in stride. Great. Same thing happening from the other side. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit different. So now player number 1 receives the puck, drives wide again, but this time gets deep into the zone and hits the brakes. Okay, a quick turn back towards the boards. Same thing over here. Okay, so pick it up, drive deep, do a turn back, hit the brakes facing the boards. Player number 2 now, instead of getting on his or her horse and busting to that back door, now we're going to have player number 2 play the role of the trailer or the lag man, as we call it sometimes. Okay, so player number 2 is going to pick up the puck, is going to make the pass and then follow up. So now this is where a lot more timing comes in, okay, because you want to be watching and making sure that you're crossing the blue line as this player is turning and ready to make that pass. Now this pass is going to be a little bit more of an area pass than a direct pass. We want to kind of float it out to the middle so that this player can now accelerate into it and make a quick shot, ideally, this could be like a one-timer from the high slot there. Okay, so the player steps into it, rips a shot, and that's the lag man or the lag player, lag person portion of this center lag timing drill. Okay, so I'll draw it one more time from the other side. So this player makes the pass, and then you gotta, this is where the timing comes in, right? Watch, wait, be ready, and then be speeding up across the blue line as the pass is being made, as the pass is coming across. Okay, so the pass is an area pass, floated out to the middle, and this player will accelerate into it, and then, as we said before, rip a shot from the high slot. And that's that. Now, as this shot's being ripped, of course, after this pass is made, then we want this player attacking for a possible rebound as well. But that's your center lag timing drill, variation 1 and variation 2. And it's a great one. Put it in your tool belt. And as your players get ready to be, where they're kind of ready to start thinking about these passing and timing concepts, this is a great one to introduce that concept. And then, of course, you can make this one more complex, as we've shown, or you can add in additional timing drills so that the players are getting used to that idea of timing their route, keeping their speed, but adjusting their route so that they can accelerate through the receiving zone, making good passes, making area passes that the players can accelerate into. And it's just a fantastic entry-level timing drill. So we've got this drill. You can get the printout at weisstechhockey.com. We've got the full explanation of the drills, tons of other videos and coaching material that'll help you to improve your game, improve your team, and have more fun on the ice.